All praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Rakah Kadash. That's the name of the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. I wanted to bring out these precepts that express that a lot of death and destruction is going to occur before the missiles come. All right, it speaks about in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, that it will be the missiles, the weapons of the Most High's indignation will be as a besom of destruction. All right. When you go into that, it means a broom, as in a broom to remove dust or to remove dirt. All right. So the missiles are going to be like a broom, a sweeping agent to remove the stragglers that are left upon the earth. Scriptures tell us right here in Second Edges, the 16th chapter, that this place is going to be emptied out on a mass scale even before that time, all right, before the chariot fire and the second death, all right, even though there'll be a lot of fucking people left. There's 8 billion people on the planet, over 8 billion now. I think it's the last time I checked, it was like 8 billion 500 million. Okay, so like 8 point, what is that? Not quite 8.1 yet, 8.05, right? So you have fucking a lot of destructive calamities that are going to befall the world and the great Babylon before that time. The ultimate destruction that brothers have said, the apostles starting with them on down, have said through the Spirit, and you could see this so clearly, that them that are going to be left for the missiles are the ones the Most High hates. All right, most likely the ones that he hates the most, that he's going to allow, cause to go through all the destruction and the calamities. All right, the different methods that the Most High is going to unleash upon the world to destroy it, to destroy the people. It talks about many great miseries. All right, this is going to be diverse kinds of destruction that the people are going to experience. Okay, so it says here, second Edges 16:17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. So that implies right there that the sorrows and great mournings, that's plural, okay? That's implying right there that it's going to be in various ways that the people are going to be in mourning and sorrow, okay? We see those ways right now in front of our fucking face with the shit that you have that's deemed a poly crisis. Poly meaning many or all, pretty much. So it's a crisis on all fronts. Multiple industries and all sectors of society are being dismantled, are fucking crumbling, whether it's natural or controlled, meaning if it's happening on its own or it's being a controlled demolition, right? It's an orchestrated fucking collapse, manipulated by the elites. All right, they're talking about uh, how fucking poverty is in an all-time high, that it's an exponential growth. All right, fucking, and those are symptoms of deeper issues when you go into the minds of the people that are fucking destroyed. Because a lot of these people that are in poverty. You can't reform them if you wanted to. If you dusted them off and put 100K in their account and gave them housing and shit, they would still fuck that off because their minds are fucking gone. All right. Uh, but we see the financial collapse looming. That's going to bring about a lot of death and destruction. With this, right, we're going to bring out all these precepts. It talks about a time like no other before. Okay. And reference these things too in the elite's depictions of how these societies are going to collapse. All right. And they're fucking in their displays of the future. I don't even call they're not I don't even like to call them movies because it puts like a too much of a fictional fucking um it puts like gives it too much of a fictional identity when it's not. It's actually fucking reality. I'd like to call them the elite's displays of the future, right? So check it. It says this is continuing here. It says the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? The word evils is a compound word consisting of the words Eve, meaning time, and ill, meaning bad. Bad times. All right, that's plural. Multiple ways that the Most High has always characteristically jacked his people, his creation up. All right. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Okay, bold victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils, bad times, grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. Okay, so many goes into a great deal, a great amount, right? Even these words and their placement and application in the scriptures are extremely uh, significant. All right, this word "many" means a large number of. All right, so a great or a good deal of. When you go into something of a whole, the whole quantity of something, when you go into many, it means more than half. Do you understand that? It means the most. Okay, let's see. It says great quantities, innumerable scores of droves, multitudes. Yes, it goes into multitudes, right? Meaning the more the majority even, right? So many people. Let's look this up just to do the spirit in the AV 1611 because we don't have the uh, the blue letter for the Apocrypha, but this AV 1611 has terms that are found in the Apocrypha. This is a glossary. It says numerous, comprising a great number of individuals. Okay. It says it is often preceded by as or so and followed by so, indicating an equal number. Okay. It says many, a multitude, a great number of individuals. All right. So it's the multitude is mostly the majority to understand how many people are going to fucking perish of famine, man. We could see that through this controlled demolition. It's going to be, what are they calling it? An orchestrated famine. I forgot the words that they use for it, but it was a certain phrase of terms that they use for it to note that it's going to be, this thing is going to be pretty much manipulated. Okay. Let's see. It says, and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. And with famine is going to be the increase of uh, cannibalism, of course, because they want to grow, but mainly just death and destruction because they're going to kill another person for food. They said the most dangerous thing on the planet. Is a phrase that they've gone into this, and in the history showing you this. The most dangerous thing on the planet, uh, of the Most High's creation of all mammals, it is a hungry man. Okay, when a man is in that state, because he's got those extra senses, he's got uh, and he's got those extra abilities more than a beast, right? Then he's essentially gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to get that, and he's pretty much gonna get that, right? Time has shown that through the survival of mankind and shit as well, to understand how uh, uh, much how imaginative and how creative there. That's what I'm looking for, to see how creative a motherfucker will get to when it comes to having to kill something or someone to get what they need. Look, I mean, well, look at the pinnacle of that is these thermonuclear missiles, and it's all everything is all man's goings are of the Most High. So he puts it in that man to create or to innovate that to get what the fuck he needs. All right, for you to understand how gruesome it's going to get in this day. These people who are going to be left to their devices and their imaginations on how to kill and you know, or protect theirs and their own. All right. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, for so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the fields which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Okay. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. All right, there's a lot to unpack there, but the ultimate understanding for that is that this place is going to be emptied out. There's going to be a lot of death and destruction even before the cleaning crew, the missiles, the Most High's troop that it's likened to as well. It's an army, right? It's gonna come through as a broom and fucking clean up the stragglers, because there'll be nobody left and nothing like this. This you could tell this is before the missiles, because This place will be a lake of fucking fire. All right. This and a lot of all regions on the earth. All right. If you have an understanding that from the epicenter, from Slovakia, from ground zero, the point of impact of a missile, of the warhead of a missile, from the point of impact to a very large radius from ground zero, that thing will be like a lava pit. All right. These missiles, it's going to be that whole land mass in a certain radius from ground zero is going to be a fucking a literal lake of fire. It's going to be on fire, scorched with thermonuclear heat, which actually it pretty much cooks it into a like a pool of lava, man. All right, fucking disintegrates, dematerializes everything in its fucking path, melts it. All right, and it'll be uninhabitable. It'll be a uranium uh, hot bath. Okay, it's gonna turn this entire landmass with the 200 million. All right, 200 million warheads in this place. It's gonna be um, a fucking a lava pool from sea to from coast to coast. Okay, so there will be no you know, like it says, groves and none of this shit. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of death and destruction before that time. Said the wars it talked about. Okay, of course we just went into famine. It said, and the wars is gonna be not only World War III, but the wars on every side that's gonna be here, realm against realm. Uh, which shit that goes into the apparitions and the spiritual realm crossing over into ours, like into these um fucking straight up apparitions, right? And newly created creatures. Okay, you've even had what they call paranormal activity shit, where that happens, where a person will get scratches and shit like that, but nobody was there. Yeah, but that the Most High is gonna unleash all of that. Okay, demons. What else? It talks about the fowls and the animals, the beasts changing their places. Okay, it talks about the natural disasters, what is another way that the Most High destroys through tempest. Okay, what about the pestilence and the plagues? That's gonna wipe a lot of fucking people out. The real shit, not this plan, the shit from the pandemic, that fucking a glorified cold. All right, we're talking about some serious flesh-eating diseases. Okay, some shit that's gonna wipe out populations of people. Yeah, to torment them. All these torments and the different troubles that are gonna come upon this place is gonna be vast. All the plagues of Egypt as before. All right, on steroids. Okay, what does it say in Revelation 12:12? Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, you have Jacob's trouble, Esau, Edom, coming down not only in the great Babylon, but across this entire planet against them, primarily the Israelites, on an extermination campaign to try to wipe us out. And as well, and it really is going to not go well with the 2/3 because they're on the Most High's hit list already. A lot of them are going to perish in this fashion, right? And then also Jacob's trouble is has a dual function, a dual objective. They're going to come down on all what they deem dissenters, them that come against the government. All right. So you have um, these troops, right? Martial law troops that are gonna come and fucking come down upon the citizens. Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Shem Shai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai shall lift up a standard against them. Right? They're gonna come in like a flood. Like you said, they come uh, down with great wrath. Right? Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for this day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, you're going to have foreign troops, them many that have already infiltrated this place. They said it was a migrant invasion over the past 2 years, since 2021. Just since that time, not counting before that, when they have had these fucking um, these lenient measures and these pretty much leniency at the borders of this place. Not to mention the pretty much open border in Canada. This place, they deem it a migrant invasion of over 4 fucking million so-called immigrants that have come through, that are in this place currently since 2021. Fucking sleeper cells. A lot of them fighting age men. You have the foreign troops, more that are going to come through, and then the martial law troops that are going to come down upon the citizens in this fucking place, man. Okay. This is Jeremiah 15 and 3, and I'll appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Yahweh Shem Shai. This is how he Most High works. The sword to slay, the dogs to tear, the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. The Most High uses various forms of destructive events to punish his people, okay? To kill and destroy. Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, that's one of these devils displays of the future in a series of movies called The Purge. You have this depiction of Egyptian going against Egyptian, when the laws are going to be fucking pulled back, right? When the laws are going to be done away with, is going to be nothing but death and destruction and chaos of a man killing one another. All right, everybody, um, a battle royale of mayhem, right? To have all the people go against each other, pretty much. All right, straight up purge style events. All that they had to do in that shit was what? Was to lift the laws. Was to lift the laws. It's all that had, and we see that. We're gonna go into that in Second Edges, the 15th chapter. All right, when they release the laws, okay, it's gonna be every man for himself, pretty much, going against each other to kill. It's gonna be like a fucking a first person shooter. Okay, and they call it, I believe they called it a free for all, where it's everyone's objective was to kill the other people, okay, and just respawn and rerun. But of course, it's going to be for your people's destruction and to pain, death by pain too. Okay, a lot of destructive uh, calamities before the missiles, man. Okay, since they're gonna just the 15th chapter. All right, let's go. Let's see. We'll go into the 11th chapter, Slakia, 11th verse. But I'll bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So what happened in Egypt? All right, those deadly plagues that that punished and destroyed. Okay, and some of them it scourged them, right? But some of them were killed by those plagues. Not to mention the the firstborn, and then the carrying the drawing out of the troops of the stragglers of the troops to their destruction, right? Right there on the shores and the bed of the sea of the Red Sea. In the goddamn the bed, I think is like the bottom, right? Right there on the bed of the fucking Red Sea, right? Where the Most High drew him out to, okay? But those plagues, a lot of the plagues before killed people, and so is going to be this time. But but what fucking on acid? They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, the scriptures tell us about how these earthquakes are going to be in diverse places, right? This is in 2nd Edges 9. And one he answered me and said, Measure thou the time diligently in thyself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay. This is the time of the Most High's visitation through destruction. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Okay. So it's told you that you'll know that this is the Most High's visitation through the earthquakes and the uproars. All right. The plagues. We know this is the Most High's. Uh, this is the result of these people's wickedness and their pride, as it says in 2nd Edges 8 and 50. These great miseries that he's sending, that his spirit is actually dwelling within. All right. These catastrophes, the Most High Spirit is dwelling within them. And it's the way that he's visiting this place. Okay. Then shall the world understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that's made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. See? So there's going to be multiple, various, diverse fashions and methods of destruction that the Most High is going to utilize, man, to empty out the entire trick bag, so to speak. All right? The entire arsenal of death. When you go into Matthew 24, that word earthquake, it goes into seismos, right? But guess what? Which means, of course, seismic activity. But what you don't understand is that earthquakes and these natural disasters, so to speak, but they're what? They're actually um, natural disaster. They're disasters that are performed by the Most High. That's the source of them. Okay, so they're divine. They're divine disasters. But when you go into this word earthquake, because with seismic activity, there's other divine disasters that are associated with that. It's not just the earth fucking breaking up. There's other implications, and there's more symptoms to the deeper issue of the sickness of this place of this man's mismanagement. Okay, and as well as what the Most High brings upon a place, the way He destroys it for lewdness, right? For fucking idolatry, for uh for the for its whoredoms, right? For its blatant defiance of him and how the fuck he said to roll. All right, it says seismos means not only a shaking and a commotion, earthquake, but a tempest. Okay, a tempest. If you know that a lot of times earthquakes are accompanied by other disasters, man. Okay, and and vice versa. Okay, these are gonna all come at once. These divine disasters. Okay, pestilence and plague, which are fucking diseases. Not only that, diseases, but of course, just like in Egypt, you had um, rodents and fucking insects, right? Insect invasions. All right, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have newly created creatures, fucking apparitions. All right, war on every side, and that's what we'll finish back off with that. And Second Esdras 15 says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." Second Esdras 15:15, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right, it's the purge of all these cities, not only in Babylon but across this entire planet. When the laws are lifted and there's chaos and complete fucking lawlessness, and a man is left to his wicked fucking imagination, his wicked devices, which the scriptures tell us that uh, that a man's mind, his heart, there's nothing more deceitful and wicked and desperately wicked than a man's fucking mind, man. So when he's left to his devices like this, right, and especially in a time of lack, it's gonna be complete fucking massacre. All right, to where we can see how bad it'll be. By the time the missiles come, it says, "A man shall desire to go into the city and not be able to, for because of their pride the city shall be destroyed, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So there's going to be high alert, high fucking fear, dread time of fucking when people are going to be completely mortified, man. And you could see it in these niggas, this niggas depictions of displays of the future. How by the time they get through the whole shit, like in The Road, right, or even the Purge, some of these other flicks, by the time they get to the end, they're gone. They're gone in the mind, man. Their mind is fucking destroyed. Okay, it's like they're like almost fucking mind is like a fucking vegetable because they just went through all the fucking death and destruction that they saw, right? But we know it talks about the men of the Most High are going to be preserved from the perils. They're going to be hidden in the Most High's pavilion. When you understand the implications of that, of being hidden in the Most High pavilion. It means literally to be concealed from destruction, to be concealed, to be to so that destruction can't even see you. Right? That's what he's going to do to his elect. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. But we could see throughout these scriptures the various forms of catastrophe, death, and destruction that is going to be laid out on this place. All right, it's going to be laid out on the four corners of this earth, and of course, Babylon catching it the worst. All right, but then it's going to culminate in these missiles and chariot fire, the second death. That this whole earth is going to feel fervent heat. Okay, of course, the targets of these of the missiles are going to catch it the worst, but it says in this in it says in the prophecy that uh, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. It says this world being kept in store, reserved unto fire. Okay. 2 Peter 3:7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire. Okay. Against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Do you understand with the destruction capacity of these missiles, with how many that are going to be fired? Pretty much the entire thermonuclear arsenals, hypersonic, and intercontinental, Slovakia, all because they're all intercontinental, hypersonic and ballistic thermonuclear arsenals being shot, being the entire arsenals being emptied the fuck out. You got to understand that this whole world is gonna have some effect of touching this fucking heat. Okay, whether it's residual or not. But it talks about the earth moving to and fro as a drunkard. Okay, there's just gonna be some places that are uh, where there's gonna be people that are allowed to um, to be in deep underground bases and bunkers, the holes of the rocks that it says in the prophecy that after the destruction, that the ones that are dwelling within are going to to uh, to wish that the rocks would fall upon them, that the bunker would cave in on itself. All right, so there's going to have to be areas that are somewhat unscathed to house these fucking these these people, these motherfuckers who are trying to escape the judgment, man, but are gonna go straight into the first be the first fruits of the crops of slavery. All right. So this is a judgment that the entire earth is going to experience in some fashion. When you understand the fallout, the residual effects, the uranium, the destructive capacity of uranium, especially on the scale that they have it now, uranium enriched to this level, and then the amount of the megatons and the destruction capacity of these weapons that have been souped up and furbished to the max level, a level inconceivable to um, even beyond what they've tested, which the last greatest one was the Tsar Bomba. If they tested any of the ones they have now, it probably, like it said, like they said, postulated in that time during the creation of the atomic bombs, that they didn't know if they would destroy the whole fucking world. If they tried to test one of them bitches. That's why, look it up, that they don't test those hoes. All right, they'll fucking blow a hole in the fucking earth. Right, but that's exactly like they said. I'll become the destroyer of worlds. This place is gonna be wiped the fuck out with them shits. All right. That's why the elect is not gonna be here. All right, we're not even gonna fucking be here. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. I'll tell you though, right now, the the elect will not be here, whoever they may be. All right, they're gonna have to be above the firmament, man. Okay, because this place is gonna be doused with uh uh fucking radiation. Okay, fucking this place is gonna be soaked with radiation. That's the fervent heat, the fire not blown, that is gonna be all within this place. That's likened unto bullets, invisible bullets that travel at the speed of light. That's what fucking radiate the ionizing radiation, what those missiles cause upon detonation. To where even if you're in the vicinity, you can't see shit. Even if you're miles and miles away from the point of impact, that ionizing radiation will pierce your fucking your body. Okay, it pierces your body and destroys you from the inside out. It says there was a quote in Chernobyl that was based on a true story. Of course, fuck. Um, that what happened to those people who were they didn't even uh, get blasted by the shit, but they just were in the vicinity after the explosion. That they died, some within days, some within hours, some within days, some within weeks, some within months. But what happened is that one of the symptoms was that fucking their veins would burst open like sieves. Okay, so that that level of ionizing radiation won't be able to be survivable, man. Okay, except for that time, like it says, where the elect, the chariots uh, will then come down from heaven. All right, they're going to come down from heaven because they're going to be pretty much waiting out this for this the after residuals, the after effect of the destruction to tone the fuck down, man. All right. So in conclusion, we know that many a great miseries, plural, many a great bad times of destruction and chaos is gonna befall this fucking place before the missiles, man, and the chariot fire. All right. So with that, all praise, honor, and glory to Abashim Alashai, Bashir Rakah HaKadash. Oh, and one other thing notable to mention is that every last person, individual, is going to have to go through that. All right, down here, the elect included, up until uh, them that said, "Hide ye in the chambers," okay, till the destruction be overpassed. All right, there will be no fucking rapture. There will be no pre-tribulational extraction. Okay, it will only be an extraction in the end, but there'll be no pre-tribulational or uh, uh, fucking during the tribulation, what they call the fucking tribulation, but you can call it that. Just this great devastating time. Okay, because it says a time of tribulation that has never been. Okay, but there will be no pre-tribulational and during this time extraction, man. Are all gonna have to go through it. All right, this thing that's gonna befall the entire earth. Okay. So with that, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Al Bashir Rashai, Bashir Mukar Kadash. Shalom.